I think it's a really good addition for it. Um, I don't know what Record has as far as plugins, but I'm sure they have basic compressor EQs and stuff like that. But I don't think they're marketing Record to compete with Pro Tools or compete with Logic. Like I said, I think it's just something that you can slap alongside Reason and use them well together.
Man, you always trying to downplay my reason, yo. I think, I
uh,
mean, they don't market it as a competitor to Pro Tools and Logic and stuff. Because one, they programmed it to be able to be a rewire slave, but at the same time, like in a lot of cases, I think it will be because there's like I did a remix album for the American Gangster for a competition, and when I
mhm,
downloaded all the acapellas, I just put them in an NMXT, and I did all my mixing and stuff, in Reason, and it sounds crazy, you know what I mean? And that was in Reason 3, I believe. Like so, in Reason 4, I was like hoping and praying they would add like even just a 4 track recorder or something in there, so that way if you get, let's say you have, four different takes for a hook, you could just bounce it and put it back as the one, you know what I mean? But they didn't.
mhm,
But then what they did do for Reason 5 is they put in this live sampling,
mhm.
which is essentially the same thing, and yet again it's me like using stuff in a way that it really wasn't intended for, because it says that you can do the sampling on the fly, like while the session is playing, your song is playing.
Mhm.
So to me, that's like, all right, I'm gonna hit record, and then if I want to drop a vocal in there, I can go ahead and do it because sometimes if I'm doing like a final mix on a beat that I have to send to someone, I plug in my inbox and use that as an output.
Mhm.
So in the same way, I can use my condenser mic as the input for the live sampler, and as long as your hard drive has the space, you can you know basically use it to record vocals. And like Reason will let you put as many plugins and stuff and samplers as your computer can handle.
Mm.
You know what I mean? So
Yeah, I think that live sampling is going to be huge. I think people have been wanting that for a while, and that may be my selling point that may make me upgrade because just a few weeks ago I was looking to stutter a hook in a mix I was doing, and I was telling myself, "Whoa, if I can throw this on a pad on my MPK 49, I can just play the pad and make the hook stutter like that." Well, Pro Tools being as limited as they are, that you can't. There's no sampler that comes with it, and I had to sit there and like, well, am I, going to take this out and bring it into Logic where I can throw it in the EXS 24 and sample it there, play it on the pad there, bring it out of Logic back into Pro Tools. I mean, with this, I can rewire Reason into Pro Tools and use that live sampling input, sample that hook, have it right there on my pad, and really playing on the keys there from Reason. So yeah, I think that's huge. That's probably my favorite new feature that they have out of all these new updates they did.
yeah, I mean it was big for me too, partly because it just I can basically just record directly the Reason if I want to do like a quick hook or see what a verse sounds like. But also it's for whatever reason they didn't upgrade not Rex, Recycle at all. And so
Mm,
on my iMac, I think it has whatever OS 10.6 is, it won't run it properly. Like every time you shut down the computer, it acts like you never installed it in the first place. And so basically what they did, they incorporated Recycle into every one of the samplers inside Reason, and they also improved it. So it's like the upgrade of Recycle, but then it's built into every sampler, so you don't need a separate application anymore.
so you're saying Recycle is not compatible with Snow Leopard?
That's what it seems like. Because it never works for me. That's why I'm still rocking with my iBook G4, baby.
So, well, they basically built Recycle into Reason 5. I mean, I wonder. I guess they would still sell it, but they would have to. Yeah, they're gonna have to make that known. Yeah, I didn't know that was compatible with Snow Leopard, and maybe that's why they haven't done it, because they were building it into Reason 5. So now they can, now if someone says, well, I've updated to Snow Leopard and my recycle doesn't work, Propeller Head can just say, oh, no problem, just buy Reason 5.
True.
Maybe one of those moves. But yeah, because Snow Leopard has been out long enough for, I want to say, everything to be compatible with it now. I mean, Pro Tools is notorious for slow updates on new operating systems, and I mean, even they've got Snow Leopard compatibility now. So yeah, it's no reason for Propellerhead to be lagging behind on that.
Yeah, I don't really know, but yeah, I have 2.1. 2.1 is the newest version, and maybe I'm doing something wrong, but whatever.
And like I was telling you before, I never could get Recycle to work the way I wanted it to work,
And like
and
I said, you crazy.
I've been using Audacity as Recycle for me. If I want to sample something or chop something up, I throw it in Audacity and do it.
Huh.
We got out of these updates though. As a hardcore Reason user, is there anything that you feel is missing, or something that you was wishing Reason had that they still haven't added?
Um, it's I don't know. I'm kind of on the fence about it. When I first, I guess when after Reason 3 came out and I started like really getting, you know, into it, I kind of wish that they had like VST support because like my boy started using what you call why can't I remember the name of this program? Cubase. And so, he was getting all these VSTs and all these crazy sounds, like these orchestra sounds that sounded like somebody was right behind you with a bassoon and stuff. And, um, you can't do that with Reason. So, like, unless someone comes out with a really high quality refill, which is annoying to try to track down, you're just SOL. And yeah, so I guess that'd be the biggest thing. But at the same time, I kind of understand what they're going for in the same way that like Apple only releases computers with, they only have like so many models and you know what's going to work because they limit all their stuff. I mean, Reason
Yeah.
is the same way. Like it's never really crashed on me. The only problem I have is that running on this iBook G4, when I start loading up combinators and all these other plugins, is when it hits me with the error. It says my computer is too slow to play the song, which is kind of like depressing, but
Yeah. We've seen that error in Pro Tools many times. But yeah, that'd be pretty sick if it had VST, or even record as well. Because I mean, even if they don't want to compete with Pro Tools, I mean, you have to admit that record is a DAW. So
yeah, it definitely is. But like,
I mean,
I don't know. In the commercials, they try to say that they made it seem like it was something you just use in your house before you go to a big studio. But
yeah, yeah.
for like, I guess for lack of a better term, I'm like a crack shot engineer. And so for me, um, knowing like the reverbs and the compressors and stuff within Reason, like I do, you can use those same ones in Record plus, whatever ones they add. And it's also way less processor intensive than Pro Tools plugins are. So for me, like if I'm, going to somebody's house with my laptop and setting up to record, unless they're like a huge star or something like that, then it really or they really need to use Pro Tools or to be able to take it to a studio, then it really doesn't matter. You know what I mean? And I can get just as good quality out of the record as I can out of Pro Tools because I just run an Mbox. So
And then if you think of plugins, really, I mean, you don't need plugins to record. Really, you're not gonna really start using plugins anyway until you start mixing. And yeah, if you're gonna take it out of record into something else or to a bigger studio, or whatever, then yeah, these plugins isn't all that important. But if you do want to keep it on and record, VST support or AU support would be pretty huge. And oh yeah, looking at the way that they've been doing it, yeah, we may be dreaming too much there.
yeah, you're right, but I wish they would because like I really like I have a few beats that I made on Logic, um, which I like them a lot, but um, as hard as I tried to kind of like transfer myself to Logic. I mean, I almost said upgrade, but to me, it's not really an upgrade. The workflow
Mm-hmm.
on Reason is just this to me is just way more comfortable.
Mm-hmm.
And like I'm just so like I barely even have to look at the keyboard because I know all the commands and stuff. And I actually like discovered some new shortcuts the other day, which kind of tripped me out. But um, but yeah, I love the workflow in it, and the way you can trim sections and stuff like that. But the one thing that really upset me from Reason 3 to Reason 4 was that in Reason 3 it would automatically color your regions for you.
Mm-hmm.
So like if let's say you had a 4 bar loop, like a 4 bar drum loop, right? And then you copied it and added a like an open hi-hat somewhere, it would automatically just change it. I guess I did it with some mathematical equation, but you would know based on the colors what was in each one. And I like that made Reason 3 amazing to me, but in Reason 4 everything's the same color, so you have to color it yourself, which is kind of annoying.
Mm.
I wish they would go back to the formula or give you like the option to turn it on or off. But
Yeah, he giveth and taketh away.
basically,
So, I'm gonna go back a little bit. You said you were least impressed about the blocks. I thought that was cool to be able to get in that type of view and move your song around if you're arranging it that way, especially if you need to drop a hook in or make a quick change, or if a client's like, oh well, I want the intro to, or I want that hook to play 8 more bars. I mean, you can really easily do that with that mode. So I thought that was kind of cool.
yeah. I mean, it's cool. I guess. Um, I just feel like I do that anyway. I mean, I guess it would simplify the process a little bit because it's like, it basically the way it makes a block in the sequencer, it makes a block around notes. Uh, the little block thing they add basically makes a block around your sequencer blocks. But like
Mm-hmm.
for me, if someone's like, hey, I want to add, I want this to play 4 more bars, 8 more bars, then I just highlight everything, slide it over, and then just copy paste, and it's done. Because I guess I'm very methodical when I make the beats, and so if you look at when I make my beats rather, so when you look at my Reason sessions, they're laid out very deliberately, so you can clearly see what everything is.
Yeah, organization is the key to
Yeah,
everything.
basically. So like the blocks wasn't really a huge deal to me, but I mean maybe it'll be like my favorite feature. Who knows?
Yeah. I mean, sure enough, it's not jaw dropping, but it was. I'd say it was thoughtful.
Oh yeah, definitely. I agree with that.
Now let's. I'm sitting here on Propellerhead site, and I see we got Rebirth on the iPhone here. And just to jog my memory, Rebirth is the drum machine, right?
It's like a drum machine loop thing.
And that I remember Akai at the NAM show. It showed off their little a mini synthesizer that you would insert your iPhone or your iPod Touch in, and download their app, and you know you could you could program on it, and
Yeah, I saw that.
it's pretty crazy. It's I don't know. It's as we all know that the iPhone's not going to fall off tomorrow, but whenever it does, that product is dead. I
Man, the
mean,
iPhone ain't going nowhere. No, no, no. The what? I know what you're talking about because it was like a keyboard, and it was like a keyboard that was kind of built around the software that they made. But the
yeah.
software is also available separately. But I think so you can download it from the App Store for your phone, but the workflow and the interface is exactly the same on the actual piece of hardware.
Hmm. I didn't see a demo, so yeah. I mean, it'd have to play it without, an iPhone or iPod attached to it, 'cause that's just that's crazy.
Yeah, I think that was just some extra stuff that they put in there.
Yeah, Kai is starting to maybe go a little left field with their stuff, but we'll see how that goes. Um,
And you can't win if you don't change.
yeah, yeah, that's true. That's true.